Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why? For two reasons, really. Nobody spends as much time on their clients as I do, and nobody has the kind of coaching as I do. So let me explain what that entails. Usually, if you find a coach on the internet, at best, you can get them for a Zoom session once a week. I spend a tremendous amount of time with each and every single client. We communicate 2 to 3 times per week via either audio exchange or phone calls. Okay, so the two packages in my coaching, the links are below, is the Audio Unlimited package and the Phone Unlimited Deluxe. Okay, I recommend that if you're coming into coaching with me, you choose either the unlimited phone, audios or the unlimited phone calls. The phone calls separately purchased are when you've already gone through my coaching. I apologize if this is confusing and maybe somebody has a suggestion for me, but afterwards, when somebody has gone through my coaching and wanted to remain in my coaching, I do not spend as much time going through their audios, going through our conversations, because I do need to take a tremendous amount of notes getting to know you, covering your history, doing certain exercises with you. I literally write everything by hand, and I really need to make a tremendous amount of notes, like I said, in order for me to really feel like I have it. I have your background, I have your belief system all mapped out. And so because this takes such a tremendous amount of time, you really need to commit to me 2 to 3 months at minimum. Now that I don't require that you, do this all at once. You can get into coaching with me, and then you decide if you want to stay. Usually people do stay longer than 3 months in some cases, okay, a lot longer. But what I'm saying is that I recommend that if you're in coaching with me, you choose either the unlimited audio or the unlimited phone sessions for 2 to 3 months minimum. Okay, minimum. I have also done certain other things with certain people where I combined the two, meaning like audios and phone calls, and it was something special, a special package for people, custom made for their needs. But basically, you need to reach out to me. Best idea is to pre-book, okay, to get on the phone with me, at least schedule a phone session and get on the phone with me. Let's talk what your ideas are in coaching, what you need to work on, and this and that. And I will recommend what is the best thing to do. I would not recommend you start with phone calls. Okay, this is not something that will be just phone calls and that's it. It doesn't work like that. I really need to get to know your history. I cannot emphasize this enough. It does not work this way. I really need to do a profound examination of your belief system. The only way to do this is the right way. If afterwards you remain in my coaching and we've gone through all the processes and this and that, and then we remain on the phone, then okay, you can purchase phone calls and that's fine. But we do not, do it in reverse, okay? So just to make it clear. The reason I'm so adamant about this is because, look, you can do the phone calls, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, and you can talk to me, let's just say, I don't know, for 5 hours, meaning 5 phone calls, or 10 hours for 10 phone calls, but you won't get out of me nearly as much because I spend like 2 to 3 hours on each audio that a person sends me because I re-listen to it more than once. And the same goes with the phone sessions, because I record them and I re-listen to them more than once. I take so many notes. You will get just more out of me and more out of this process if you invest 2 to 3 months with me, rather than doing it like, I don't know. It's this. It to me, it's similar to people doing techniques. Okay, like on the internet, doing this technique, doing that technique, talking to this coach, talking to that coach. Are you ever going to do this right or no? That's the question. And that's why I designed the coaching system that I have. And it works, but perfectly, if the person shows up and does the work. And that's the other thing I really wanted to say. If you're getting into my coaching, please understand that you are to show up, you are to work, you are to take my guidance, you are to not battle me, you are to be respectful. Okay? And it's in my coaching agreement that you will sign. I go on the assumption that if you're getting into my coaching, you've already listened to more than one audio/video of mine. You understand my personality, how direct I am, how no bullshit personality I have, and that I don't like to waste time. 2 to 3 months in coaching is nothing compared to what some people spend on different coaches haphazardly trying to figure out what the fuck they have to do. If you're one of these people who, watches like 300 million YouTube videos nightly or daily, and goes to this seminar, goes to that seminar, goes to this retreat, goes to that, I don't have a problem with it. But you know something? The thing that you're missing in all of this commotion of trying so fucking hard is yourself. The work is you. You don't even understand how important it is if you don't understand. Because if you're doing all this mumbo jumbo shit, you really haven't come to conclusion, the most important conclusion, that you are it, baby. The work is you. And so if you value your time, if you value your attention, and you really want to achieve results, it has to be coaching one-on-one, and it has to be with someone that you really resonate with. Okay? No amount of fucking seminars, I'm sorry to say, no amount of books that you read will ever come to any kind of significant conclusion. Why? Because it's not personable. The person is not talking, like, it's not like coming out like a genie outside the book and it's like, whoopa. Here I am. If you have any questions, here's like, my number. No, that's not what happens. And so coaching is the only way to really achieve that. Can't stress this enough. And so the thing really, and the title of today, before I get to that, or rather let's start. The subject of today is I meant to say, if you have any questions about my coaching, please email me and tell me about your coaching needs. I'm so excited to share this because I think a lot of people will benefit from today's subject. But if you have any questions, please email me directly or just book an hour conversation with me, and just be prepared that this is going to be a commitment. There's no other way around it. Okay, the subject of today is how to replace the shittiest version of your SP. I'm so sorry, this is so funny. I cracked myself up so hard, okay? All right, 1 second. Okay, I don't know why it's funny, because I was coming up with like the shortest version of the title, so it's not like a poem, and this is what I came up with in the end, so it's like it delivers the message, and so it's clear. Anyway, okay, everything I teach on my channel and everything I teach in my coaching is basically that it does come down to you, and it comes down to your confidence. Okay, people call it self-concept, and I hate this fucking expression already. Everybody, self-concept, 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 self-confidence, darling, confidence in what? That I create my fucking reality. There's no other God. I get the say so any moment I want. Enough of this fucking self-concept, because I don't think it delivers the meaning that you really need to have in your mind. Self-concept, okay, I can think that I'm pretty. I can think that I have millions of dollars. I can think that I live in New York. I can think that, I have a lot of clients. I can think a lot of things, but self-confidence is a whole other fucking shebang. Self-confidence is like, I rule my world. I rule my world. I rule my reality. That's confidence. That's something, frankly, you cannot teach. You just get there on your own sweet time. I can teach you all the exercises. I can teach you everything that I know. But at some point, it has to click in your mind that, you know what? I, meaning you, have been attributing importance to the outside source, and there is none. Parenthesis here. This 3D situation, there is none. Okay? It's just kind of like, it's a dream, darling. It's a dream. What else? Like, I had this crazy dream, parenthesis here, really quick, before I go into this situation, which is going to be great. And you better watch till the end, unless you don't really want to learn anything. I had this crazy dream, and I thought it was so real. I was hanging out with somebody that I know who is well known. And suddenly, like in their dressing room, and suddenly Prince walks in. And of course, Prince is no longer with us in this dimension. And he's like his younger self, with like the longer hair and this and that. And he hands me this like beautiful, like he takes it off the shelf and he hands me this beautiful bottle of champagne. Like, I don't know what it was. It was from heaven or something, like golden and this and that, and in a special beautiful box. And he said something to me like, really, like, this is for you, or it's only for you. Of course it's for you, and I woke up like so happy. Because it was like the representation of what I see. First of all, 3D to be like, that it is for me, that everything I create is for me, but that in the dream, I thought it was real. And so in this dream, you think it's real. If you're creating things that you don't want and you think that they're real, it's not real. It's just a dream. It's a concoction of your consciousness. It's something that you expect to happen. It's based on your beliefs. Okay, parenthesis here, we work on beliefs in my coaching extensively. This is why I need to get to know you. This is the whole fucking shebang. This is why I need to get to know you extensively and profoundly and in detail in the beginning. Otherwise, I can't fucking help you. All right, that's the end. And so the confidence that you're going in with into every single day that you live is understanding this is not a real world, okay? This is a concoction of your consciousness. It can be changed and revised and rescripted and reprogrammed at any given point if you put in the work in yourself. Imagine you are this person who is one of the people, I can't remember who on my channel, once commented like a really brilliant comment. It's like living in the 360 bubble of yourself. And I was like, thank you. Somebody gets it. Everything. Your city, the buildings. It's just, you look out into outside, but the outside is your consciousness. Everything. Just everything is made of you. It's not that literally like my body is going and like making buildings. No, it's not that. It's my consciousness. My understanding, my ideas, my beliefs, the way I think is creating things. You ever watch this movie Inception, when he's in the dream and he's just, by the sheer imagination of being an architect or this and that, they're creating things, buildings, and Paris is folded into, a little kind of like folding buildings and this and that, making things happen. Well, this is exactly how it works. Because you're living in a dream, you can create anything. And so you have to ask yourself this important question: why did you choose to live in this dream rather than a very beautiful dream? To replace the shittiest version of your SP, you have to stop giving away the power to the 3D. And no, it's very hard because you have some attachments towards this person. You have some attachments towards your belief, which is what I work on in my coaching. It goes really deep. Guys, this is not just like mumbo jumbo. It goes so deep that you don't even notice it, how you think. You just automatically do it. So now imagine if you reprogram that shed, how much automatic shed will come to you. True story. And so, because your mind is a computer, so if you've created the shittiest version under the sun, first of all, there's a reason why you created the shitty version. Secondly, if you really are meaning to make a change in the situation, then yes, of course, you need to understand why you created it, but also you need to bring it down to earth, right? You have to marry the two. In other words, it's what you do over here as a human part of it, and what you do in the consciousness, in the high, echelon of consciousness, meaning the higher self. So the two have to be combined. You can replace the parallel reality in the higher consciousness, so to speak, in the higher representation of yourself. But on this level, in the 3D, so-called 3D, you have to stop yearning, okay? The yearning bullshit, it has to go. Just understand this. This situation where somebody treated you very badly, and you're still giving them more energy than they deserve, this is crap, may I tell you. Now, parenthesis here, as usual, I don't include people who are abusive. Like literally physically, emotionally, and mentally. If they've done some damage to you that is completely, it's irreparable between you two, I do not advise that you go that route. I'm talking about people who were really shitty to you, maybe even betrayed you, maybe lied to you, cheated on you, this and that. Okay, a shitty version is a shitty version. If somebody like deliberately hurt you on purpose, and was just totally abusive towards you, that is, I don't understand it. I think it's a whole other situation that, I don't wish it on anybody, and I don't think you should involve in yourself in something like that. It has to really click inside your mind that it wasn't your fault, right? So you did create the shitty version, is what I mean, but it's not your fault that this version was fucked up, shitty and gross. Okay, this version of this person was fucked up, shitty, and gross. Like, that's what came out, and that's what the fuck came out. You always look at your manifestations and you're like, well, all right, I'm not going to really dwell on it. I'm not going to be obsessed over it. There's no point in it, parenthesis here. You just have to have this conversation inside your mind where you stop blaming yourself for it. A lot of you, even if the person treated you really badly, you start blaming yourself for it. This is dangerous. This is not good. These coaches, oh my God, when I was doing my research, when I first started this channel, and I did my research on some coaches, how they blame people for what they, for how the relationship went. I'm not into blame. I'm into responsibility. I just ask the person to look at their creation and say, I see how I created it. I don't ask you to feel bad about it. I really don't. I just ask that you face the truth and say, okay, this is what I created. But blame and feeling bad, I mean, that's entirely your choice, but I will not encourage it. In my coaching, if I tell you the fucking truth and you feel bad about it, that's entirely your choice. Me, I'm like a doctor. I go in with surgical gloves and I say, this is the problem. And it's up to you to feel bad about it, or it's up to you to take some fucking action, quite frankly, and do what I ask you to do if you want to. I'm not going to be a dictator, but if you want to, so that you can achieve better results. But some people, not a lot, but some people, 2 to 3 people in my coaching took it very personal and said, I can't do this. Okay, so then you can't do it. So how are we going to, do the situation? That's the entire shebang. I feel for a lot of people, it's hard to accept responsibility and not feel blame, not feel guilty for what they created. Responsibility is different from blame. Responsibility is I understand how I did it. Blame is I have to feel shitty about it. Very big distinction, very big difference. Okay? And so it isn't your fault in the sense that the previous version of you didn't understand how to do it. If you understand how to do it, okay, and I really don't mean read Neville Goddard and again go to seminars till the end of motherfucking time and this and that. Reading books is good. Trust me, I love reading. I read every day. I'm just nonstop, totally in love with reading. Okay? But what I don't understand is when people read stuff and learn things and they don't apply them into their life. And so when you have the knowledge, that's a different story. When you don't know and you have created something haphazardly, that is not your fault. And so stop blaming yourself for it, okay? That version was fucked up. That was a shitty and gross painting. Throw it out. Let's start anew. That's the best situation. And so in your mind, it has to click in that this was a bad creation. Give them back their bullshit and say no to what they used to be. Just say no. I don't prefer this. Your attitude is bullshit. I don't deserve this entirely. No, thank you. Sayonara. Have a nice day. Okay? And this is, I want to reemphasize this because a lot of you come to me with more or less the same problem where somebody wronged you and you're still kind of like yearning and putting them on a pedestal. Hello, good morning. Smell the coffee or the chamomile tea or the black currant tea that now I'm obsessed with. Oh my fucking God, it's so good. Oh my God, it's so good. It's really fucking good. It's amazing, actually. It isn't like that. You really need to give back this energy in order to create something new. You cannot be in this, lower frequency of accepting, yes, that's how I deserve to be treated. It's my fault that they left me. It's my fault that they walked away. I'm to blame. Something's wrong with me. I'm fucked up, this and that. No. It's just that you don't understand how you created it. That's a different story. I hope you get the distinction, okay? And so the shift of giving people back their bullshit when you don't agree with how they treated you. First of all, you take them off the pedestal. You take back your own control, the control over your reality. You respect yourself through this exercise of the energy, the energy shift that it will create will be unparalleled. Just let me go through it again. Because you take back your control over your reality, you respect yourself on another level to not accept their shitty treatment, even if you haven't seen them all this time. However long it has been. You're just like, I don't accept this version of you anymore. I don't accept that it was my fault. It was not my fault. I was a good person to you. You treated me like shit at the end. And so I don't accept this situation. And finally, you expect something different to even be acceptable in your life. Whatever happened before this, you do not accept and say, no, thank you. I do not accept anything but the best from here on. I accepted your bullshit. I accepted this ridiculous notion that I was somehow to blame for your transgressions, for your idiotic behavior, but I no longer am doing that. I deserve the best. My self-confidence is through the roof because Anna told me so. This is my reality. This is my version of 3D. This is my world. This is my creation. And you know what? This fucking bullshit doesn't fly with me anymore. And I encourage you to apply it in all areas of your life, not just SP, anywhere at all. Okay? No is a very powerful word. When you start to say no, you begin to create different things. When you're constantly dumping on yourself situations that you don't want to be a part of, and you're accepting shit that you shouldn't be accepting, and you're blaming yourself and this, that, and the other, or, you're accepting other people projecting their bullshit on you, no, thank you. No, been there, done that. Maybe your grandma can listen to your bullshit or some other fucking idiot, but not me. No, thank you. Been there, done that. You have to be in such a confidence where you carry yourself like you're a golden Buddha. I have this expression for a reason. There's no other way for me to, quite frankly, describe it or depict it to you, where you feel like you're made of fucking money. Not money necessarily only, abundance in the monetary sense, but also in a spiritual sense, in the affectionate sense, in an intelligent sense, in every fucking sense. You're the golden Buddha. You're the main power. You're the energetical center of the universe. Who the fuck has anything on you? If you start accepting other people's bullshit, you're taking away from that power. No fuck no. No, thank you. Anyone who ever tried to put their bullshit on me and project their bullshit on me, I was like, this conversation is over because you've got work to do and I'm not doing it like this. And so it's important to completely reject that and start anew. And if you want to create a new version of this person, how would this person react now? How would this person behave? And in my book, the most exciting thing is to create a diametrically opposed version. So if there were the shittiest person to you, most disrespectful in this and that, you create a puppy dog, one that cannot live without you, has discarded all their third parties, has formed their world around you completely. What is it that you want me to do? Because I want to be with you and with you only. I was a complete fucking idiot before, and I am really, really sorry. I want to apologize to you for the rest of my life. But what is it that I can do to deserve your love now? To deserve you and to deserve your presence, your elegance and sophistication and beauty and magnificence in my life? What can I do? If you think in those terms that you, first of all, are worthy of this kind of version, and this version is possible, and that you believe that you can create it, without belief that, you're going nowhere. Parenthesis here, big nugget, big golden nugget here. Without belief, like I can talk all night long here, and whatever on my channel till the end of time. But if you don't create new beliefs that you deserve these kinds of versions who are gaga over you and want to change their world for you, you're going nowhere. You're going nowhere. You can read Neville Goddard till the motherfucking end of time. You can meditate. You can do all these things. But if you don't believe that you deserve something that you want, and if you don't believe that you can create something that you really want, okay, continue reading. Sorry. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. You have to carry yourself with confidence that you are what's happening. You are what's happening. The 3D bullshit, I am what's happening. Okay? Why? Because my mind is going to outpicture through my consciousness, everything that I want to experience. So if I want to experience a puppy dog of a creature, of a version, creature, a version, version, not creature. Okay, don't quote me on it, please. I misspoke. Okay, puppy dog of a version. Sorry, I can't stop laughing. Puppy dog of a version of your SP. You can do that with your intent, with your beliefs, and with your understanding that you actually deserve this person to come back and apologize to you and tell you, I so fucked up so big. Is there any way that I can even begin to make it up to you? I'll leave my old ways and life behind. In fact, I've been working on myself. I don't know how to even thank you for just, making me understand that I was the problem and not you. And of course, your jaw will drop. But these are the things that are possible through manifestation if you're really believing in what you're creating. And look, two things have to happen. Your mindset has to shift, your beliefs have to shift, but also, you guessed it, your confidence. Without confidence, you're going nowhere, okay? All the information for me is below if you need coaching. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, ciao, ciao.